The most dangerous form of control doesn't scream, it doesn't threaten, it doesn't force. It slowly rewrites who you are until your thoughts no longer feel like your own. In part 3 of Dark Psychology, we expose the final level of manipulation, where control becomes invisible. Chapter 1, Why Part 3 is the most dangerous. Part 1 introduced the hidden influence shaping everyday decisions. Part 2 exposed advanced manipulation techniques used in relationships and power dynamics. But Part 3 goes further. This is where manipulation stops being occasional and becomes systematic. The techniques you are about to learn are not loud. They are not obvious. They do not rely on fear alone. They slowly reshape your beliefs, your identity, your sense of reality. This is the final level of dark psychology, where control becomes invisible. Chapter 2, Identity Erosion. The most powerful form of control is not obedience. It is identity erosion. Identity erosion happens when a person slowly loses connection with who they were before manipulation began. It starts subtly, small criticisms disguised as concern, gentle suggestions framed as advice, repeated doubts planted carefully. Over time, confidence weakens, self-trust fades, personal values blur. Eventually, the manipulated person begins to define themselves through the manipulator's approval. This is not accidental. When identity dissolves, resistance disappears. What makes this terrifying is that these techniques don't work on weak people. They work best on intelligent minds because they bypass awareness entirely. The next stage is where reality itself begins to bend. Chapter 3, Reality Reconstruction. Once identity weakens, reality becomes flexible. Reality reconstruction occurs when manipulators redefine what is normal, what is acceptable, what is true. Events are reframed, memories are rewritten, boundaries are relabeled as selfishness. Eventually, the victim questions their own perception more than the manipulator's words. This is not gaslighting alone. This is long-term cognitive dominance. Chapter 4, Moral Confusion and Value Inversion. In advanced manipulation, morality is inverted. Harm becomes justified. Cruelty becomes discipline. Control becomes protection. When values are reversed, manipulation feels normal, even necessary. This is how people defend those who harm them. Chapter 5, Learned Helplessness. After repeated failures to escape, the brain adapts. This is called learned helplessness. The mind stops trying, hope weakens, effort feels pointless. At this stage, control no longer requires force. Compliance becomes automatic. The person may appear calm, but inside, autonomy has collapsed. Chapter 6, Psychological Dependency. The final stage of manipulation is dependency. The manipulator becomes the source of validation, the source of direction, the source of emotional stability. Fear of losing the manipulator becomes stronger than fear of losing oneself. This is not love. This is psychological captivity. Chapter 7, Breaking the Final Illusion. Freedom begins with clarity. Not arguments, not confrontation, not revenge. Clarity. Patterns matter more than promises. Actions matter more than words. Distance restores perception. Reclaiming your mind is not instant, but it is possible. Awareness is the first step. Boundaries are the second. Support is the third. No one owns your mind but you. Dark psychology only works when it stays hidden. Once you can see the patterns, control begins to collapse. In Part 4, we'll break down real cases, psychological experiments, and mass manipulation used in society today. Subscribe to Mind Nest Facts, because awareness is not fear, it's protection.